Fish oil, omega-3. So many conflicting studies, recommendations, hype, and scary news. Do you need someone to clear away the confusion? You have reached the right place. This is the fish oil and omega-3 guide for proper supplementation, because it's such a crucial element in your diet and in your healthy lifestyle. By the end, you'll have a clear idea on how to integrate omega-3 from supplements and foods into your diet. And you should know that you're special. You understand that omega-3 is crucial for your health, so you're willing to spend time and money in investing in your health every single day. And if you have fish oil in your house right now, do you wonder if your fish oil is fresh? And today, I'm going to show you 3 methods to discover if the omega-3 you have currently in your house is fresh. Also, you're about to learn about omega-3 in foods, how much omega-3 you receive from the foods that you're eating. And you'll discover which product I personally would take. Ready? Let's begin. Welcome to the Wellness Messiah podcast. I'm your host, Rimon. Thank you all for joining us as we now add the guide of omega-3 and fish oil to the list of the step-by-step guides, which we have fully covered in our Wellness Guide series. As always, I plan to cover every aspect of well-being, healthy lifestyle, healthy habits, from A to Z. So if you enjoyed this video and find it informative, please consider to subscribe to our Wellness Messiah here on YouTube, if you haven't already. The media really tries to mess with us when it's come to omega-3 supplements. Sometimes they tell us it's good, that you need it. Then they bring us conflicting studies about omega-3. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's really bad for you. What's the deal here? So first, let's clear the confusion. Do you really need omega-3? Is it really good for your body? And does your body really need supplementation? Fat is being used in our body for 3 purposes, 3 main purposes. 1, fat, like we all know, is used for energy, for fuel. Specifically, 1 gram is equal to 9 calories. That's the part that we don't like about fat. And ideally, you won't get this element when you take omega-3. The second purpose of fat in the body is to build tissues and repair tissues. Especially the omega-3 is the one who repairs the brain and the nervous system. It explains why IQ can be affected in developing brains of babies and young kids. The graph you're seeing is omega-3 consumption and IQ in children. This study shows that there is a 6 IQ points difference between children who consume fish oil and fish and those who don't. 6 IQ points is a massive difference between those children. It could lead to a completely different life for the child. It even can be worth a lot of money, probably thousands of dollars a year in income. So how could omega-3 do that? So what exactly our brains do with this oil, with this omega-3? Our brain and nervous system work on electricity. Yes, exactly like the electrical appliances in our homes. Our brain uses electricity for communication within itself and with the entire body. But electricity needs to be contained and insulated. If you look at an electrical wire, it is usually wrapped and isolated and insulated to prevent electricity from leaking out. This is what omega-3 does. It's the best insulator of electrical messages in the nervous system. It creates a focused, exact electrical message. This could easily be translated to better internal brain communication, speeder processing, and intelligence. However, our bodies can survive without a lot of omega-3, but it doesn't mean it's the optimal way for the body to function. Omega-3 is also very good for your mood and feeling positive and happy. This study is from 1998, analyzed countries and compared the omega-3 from fish and depression. As you can see, the less omega-3 those people from those countries consumed from fish, the more depressed they were. And the fat, especially omega-3, can also affect the communication in the brain and the nervous system, which now explains why depression is involved with low omega-3 levels in the body. But what you really need to see here is that 1998 was a very good year to make the study, which was based on eating fish and fish consumption. Back then, the fish we ate had much more omega-3. I'm going to show you that later in this presentation. And when speaking about using omega-3 to build the brain and the nervous system, there is a special group that needs a lot of omega-3. This group is the mothers, of course. This research says that during pregnancy, the mother's body extracts omega-3 from itself to give to the baby. It also shows that how important it is for nature to provide omega-3 for the babies, so that nature is willing to suck it out from the mother's body and give it to the child. What's the meaning of that? It means two things. One is the mother will have less omega-3 after pregnancy. Does anybody say post-pregnancy depression here? The second meaning of this study is that not only the mother has less omega-3, also the next baby will have less omega-3 to extract from the mother. So if a mother doesn't have a lot of motivation to take omega-3 for herself, then she can think about her next child. So far we covered two purposes of fat: calories and energy, and building and communication inside the nervous system. The third purpose of fat in our bodies is a metabolic purpose. Fat affects our metabolism, how we use food, how we use energy, how we make energy, and this impact on your metabolism helps you to be healthier or make your health worse. Now let's cover how omega-3 affect the metabolic aspect of your body. This study showed that omega-3 supplementation reduces blood pressure and reduces triglycerides. I'm quoting, blood pressure decreased further with omega-3 fatty acid supplementation. 21% reduction in plasma triglycerides. By the way, what are triglycerides? Fat in the blood. And we know that this biomarker in the blood, when you go to the doctor and you measure that, it's a biomarker that could indicate heart disease. So this is a good example of a healthy impact on our metabolism with omega-3. But imagine that taking an oil supplement, which is what omega-3 is, reduces oil, fat, in the blood. A fat that helps to burn fat. Amazing. And by the way, I'm going to use oil and fat interchangeably because from a biochemistry perspective, it's the same thing. Will you lose weight with omega-3? Omega-3 is a fat that helps to burn fat. To burn fat means to use oxygen and food to generate energy. Exactly like we generate electricity at a power plant by burning coal, for example. Now let's get back to omega-3. What exact role does omega-3 plays in weight loss? Let's say you're doing sports, running for example. Omega-3 gives your body easier access to use fat for energy, especially the fat you have in the blood. If you have access to the fat that is stored in your body, which flows to the bloodstream, then omega-3 will help you to get rid of it. This will help you in turn to lose weight in a healthy way, meaning the fat stores, not your muscles and bones. However, if you ate sugar before a workout, it's going to get burnt first. The sugar is going to get burned first. When the excess sugar burning is over, then the omega-3 gets into business. So the combination of low sugar nutrition and omega-3 is even more powerful for losing weight. Let's see another metabolic impact of omega-3. Today, about 1 in 6 people is going to be diagnosed with diabetes. One of the primary causes of diabetes is something called insulin resistance. You might have heard of it. And this study that shows that fish oil supplementation improves insulin sensitivity. What about heart disease? This study showed that omega-3 index, which basically omega-3 that is integrated inside the cell, inside the blood, red blood cell. So having a high omega-3 index in the body reduces the risk for sudden cardiac death, aka a fatal heart attack. Another metabolic aspect of omega-3 is that it reduces blood clotting. What does it mean? There is a saying in medicine that you want your blood to be like wine, not ketchup. Ketchup blood is more likely to form blood clots. These clots can cause cardiovascular diseases. I remember one time going to a Chinese doctor. In one of the acupuncture sessions, he pierced my leg hard, and I had a lot of blood coming out. I looked at him very nervously, and then he said, "You have good blood." What he really meant was, your blood is like wine, not ketchup. Good blood. And I believe omega-3 helped me to achieve exactly that. Or maybe he was just trying to distract me from his blunder, in case I bleed to death. Anyhow, omega-3 makes your blood thin, easily flowing, and less likely to clot excessively. To summarize omega-3 benefits are omega-3 builds and repairs the nervous system in the brain. It improves neurological communication, improves mood, helps you to burn fat, reduces inflammation, and makes your blood more thin and wine-like. Are these good enough reasons to take omega-3 every day? But wait a minute, you would think. We don't need supplementation for that. Some of those studies use simply fish consumption. So we get plenty of omega-3 from eating fish. Is that right? Well, unless it's ocean-caught fish, such as sardines, anchovies, mackerel, we don't get as much as omega-3 as we used to get in the past. This is why I mentioned before that 1998 was a very good year to make the study, because today we would not get the same results. The fish we eat today do not have as much as omega-3 as 1998. This study, for example, measured omega-3 in salmon. As you can see in the graph, the omega-3 content of our salmon continues to drop. How could the omega-3 content of the fish drop? We don't have an agreement with the fish. You know, we pollute the oceans with mercury and you give us omega-3 in return. Not so. Fish don't make omega-3. They get it from the food that they eat, algae and other potentially marine food. And in the past, really used to feed those farm fish with marine food, marine feed. But the farming industry figured out a way to replace those marine feed with cheaper food. So we try to feed them with grains, for example. And this means the omega-3 content of the fish drops. By how much? Let me quote from this study. While fish meal and fish oil once made up about 90% of the farm Norwegian salmon feed, by 2013, this dropped to about 30%. And other research suggests that by 2016, only 10% of the fat in a farmed salmon feed was marine-based. So we went down from feeding the fish with 90% their natural feed to 10% in just 20 years. Imagine that. 90% to 10%. In essence, farm fish doesn't give us as much as omega-3 as it used to in the past. But if you love to eat fish, which is great, you don't have this problem with ocean-caught fish, sardines, anchovies, mackerels, also wild-caught salmon, because these fish still consume their natural marine diet. When you think about it, wild-caught fish is truly organic fish. And you know, once I met a farmer who feeds his farmed fish with organic grains in the pool. And he told me, do you want to buy some organic fish? I told him, I think you're missing the boat, pal, because this is not organic fish. Ocean-caught fish is organic fish. Plant-based omega-3. Besides fish, you wonder, we also get omega-3 from plants, right? Yes and no. Even though the plant-based omega-3, also called the same name, omega-3, it has a different structure. It's like having a shirt with short sleeves and long sleeves. It's essentially a different type of shirt, still we call it a shirt. In this case, the short sleeve, the plant-based omega-3, isn't active. The body would have to make the sleeve longer to make it active. Until the sleeve is long enough, it's not active in the body, you won't get the benefits. So the body would have to upgrade the omega-3 from plants to make it active, like the one we receive from fish oil and fish. Another way to look at it is thinking about omega-3 from plants as inactive and omega-3 from fish as active. And the body can activate the omega-3, but it's a slow process. Important note is that we don't know how much your individual body upgrades, how much it converts from plant-based to active omega-3. So speculating on how much your body can make is really a gamble, which you don't want to make. So the bottom line, supplementing with plant-based omega-3 isn't a good insurance for you, but it could help in the overall diet. I'll touch it later. So to summarize this point, there are two good sources for omega-3, for active omega-3. One is wild-caught fish, ocean-caught fish, and another is a fish oil with omega-3 in a supplement form. Let's talk about supplementation. Your decision in the past to supplement with omega-3 was correct. However, you don't want to buy oxidized omega-3, because then the omega-3 loses its function and it becomes the first function of fat, calories. It simply becomes calories. The body is going to burn it for energy. At the best case, In the worst case, it can actually increase inflammation in the body because it's an oxidized fat. What happens in the body when the omega-3 becomes oxidized? It changes its structure. As you can see in this photo, it's not the same anymore. It doesn't function the same. As you can see on the left, the structure of omega-3 is different than the one below it. The body doesn't view it as the same. Now you wonder, what's the odds that my omega-3 supplement is oxidized? This study from 2015 from New Zealand found that most fish oil supplements were oxidized. Let me quote, "Fish oil supplements in New Zealand are highly oxidized and do not meet label content of omega-3. Basically, the study viewed the omega-3 supplement as not containing omega-3 because of the change of the structure. I'm quoting, "The vast majority of supplements exceeded recommended levels of oxidation markers. Only 8% met the international recommendations. Surprisingly, best before date, cost, country of origin, and exclusivity were all poor markers of supplement quality." Meaning you can buy fish oil far before the expiration date, and it doesn't matter which country it's coming from, and it still doesn't mean it's fresh. In fact, most likely it's not fresh. To be precise from the study, 92% the chance is that your fish oil is oxidized to some degree. 92%. No professional gambler will bet on these odds. How bad it is to take oxidized omega-3? Well, let's see. Your body evolved a mechanism with the smell and the taste to recognize a fat that is oxidized. So the body doesn't want you to eat rotten fish, for example. It's not that the body says, okay, eat it anyway, I'm going to use it for calories. The body doesn't want you to eat it at all. So imagine that. Investing your money, using discipline, taking the omega-3 supplement every single day, and yet you received oxidized fish oil. An oil that your body tried to avoid at all costs. But you have no idea because the capsules block smell and taste. Why this oxidation happens? Do these companies know what they're doing? They give you fish oil that is oxidized? Not so. The truth of the matter is the oxidation takes place after the packaging, usually when waiting in the store, on a warehouse, waiting to be delivered to your house, and some of it also in your house, especially if you don't keep it in the fridge. Let's think of fish for a second. Put a fish outside of the fridge for one day. That's enough for the fish to become bad, rancid, oxidized. Now, what's the most sensitive, the most fragile element of fish? It's oil. Now let's take this fragile fish oil and put in a separate container of supplements and put them for months and months on shelves in warehouses, in stores, and also maybe in your house too. And heck, it could be summer. And what do we have in the summer? Heat and humidity. Both increase oxidation. So that's how it happens. This is how fish oil becomes oxidized. And there is a tiny lesson you can put to yourself right now. When you buy fish oil, immediately and always put it in the fridge. This all oxidation issue really gives us another important topic, conflicting studies about omega-3. There are many reasons for these studies' contradiction about omega-3. The first reason is that the mass media is not really honest with us about omega-3. They only publish articles about studies showing controversy. Why? To grab attention. That's how they get views. That's how they make money. It's pretty boring to publish a study discovering omega-3 is healthy for you. But undermining our belief about healthy things we used to think they're healthy, this is very interesting, you know? However, this creates an unbalanced attention. All the studies showing no benefits or risks or harmful effects are going to receive all the attention. You're smart and you ask, okay, still they found studies. What about those studies that the mass media bring to our attention? They do exist. Why the conflict of studies? Great question. We'll cover some of the reasons to answer that. Reason number 1, vitamin E deficiency. For omega-3 to work in the body, it needs to be an unoxidized form. When it enters the body, it runs the risk of becoming oxidized by the large concentration of oxygen in the blood and in the cell. Also, the heat of the body also increases oxidation. However, our bodies are equipped with an antioxidant defense system. When we are young and healthy, omega-3 is protected. But as we get older, as inflammation goes up, this defense system weakens. Oxidative stress inside the body begins to climb up, and omega-3 is exposed. So we need to take an outside antioxidants to protect the omega-3 inside the body. And the number one antioxidant that does so, which we receive from food, is vitamin E. Our bodies do not produce vitamin E. So with my clients, I always check vitamin E needs before allowing them to take omega-3 supplementation. Getting back to the conflicting studies issue, if you conduct a study on sick people or people with high oxidative stress and you don't give them vitamin E in proper amounts, the omega-3 will get oxidized and won't work. The second reason for the conflicting studies is smoking and drug usage. These two lifestyle activities also increase oxidative stress in the body. And they too cause the same issue. Get the omega-3 to become oxidized in the body before it can act or be incorporated properly into membranes. The third reason for conflicting studies is low dosage. Let me explain. If you're really thirsty and you didn't drink water for the entire day, and I give you a sip of water and see no benefit, I must ask myself if I gave you enough water in our little study. Now, most people are very deficient in omega-3. The dosages we need to give them should really cover the deficiency and beyond to show a significant effect. And many studies are using dosages that don't even cover the basic deficiency, yet achieving potent amounts. For example, one of the most successful studies in omega-3, published in 2018, include participants who took 4 grams of VASAP per day. VASAP includes 3.5 grams of EPA type of omega-3, and that was enough to slash 31% reduction in heart attacks. That's a lot of omega-3, far beyond what most studies are using. The fourth common reasons for conflict of studies in omega-3 is bad storage conditions that modify the omega-3. Here, we are talking about oxidation of omega-3 before it even reaches the body. This study showed that omega-3 that is fresh reduces cholesterol, yet oxidized omega-3 increases cholesterol. What if the study used an oxidized omega-3? Do you think it will show benefits? I would expect it to be harmful. What if omega-3 wasn't oxidized when the researcher bought the fish oil, but the researcher didn't keep it in a cool place in dry storage until the study begins? The same answer, no benefit, probably harm. Now you understand the contradiction of studies about fish oil and supplements. Some studies show no benefit, some others show amazing benefits. So now let's go to 2 basic questions. How do you know if your omega-3 supplement is oxidized? And which brand do I recommend that you buy? Because hey, you don't want to waste your money on bad omega-3 supplement, which means you may not get the benefits of omega-3 supplementation, and it even means that it can hurt your body in some way. The first question, how to know if the fish oil that you have at your house is fresh? There are 3 methods to know if the fish oil supplement at your home is oxidized, and they all have to do with your senses. As I said, your body has an anti-rancidity fish oil mechanism built in. And by the way, this anti-rancidity applies to all types of oils, so you can use it also with olive oil if you suspect you have bad olive oil at your house. The first indicator is transparency. High-quality omega-3 has a good transparency to it. It's very translucent. And it's a very good test because capsules of omega-3 prevents the taste of the smell. So this way you can take a look at your omega-3 and know by the outside look if it's rancid. On the screen you can see a photo of 2 fish oil of the same brand in my house. This is my fish oil. One is oxidized and the other is fresh. Can you tell which is which? It's the right. Can you see how beautifully the light goes through the oil? How translucent it is? This is a very good example because, see, this is the same exact company. Both products are before expiration date, yet one is bright and translucent and the other not so much. It's even a bit cloudy, as you can see. Method 2 and 3. Pinching the fish oil, smelling and tasting. So smell and taste are the 2 other methods, but you have to pinch the capsule. Generally speaking, oxidized oils, not just fish oil, should have a spicy aftertaste that can last a few seconds at least after the exposure directly on your mouth. When it comes to smell, it's a bit tricky because also fish has its own kind of smell. But I'm going to pinch one. I'm going to tell you how it smells immediately in a second. Okay, so these are the two capsules I'm about to pinch. And let's see how it smells and how it tastes. Let's begin with the fresh fish oil, because I don't want the smell to impact the room. I want to make sure it's only the bad one that is the case. Okay, so the smell is fish, but it's pretty light. It's not really, I don't feel like it's a bad smell. Let's see about the taste. Okay, it actually tastes pretty good. I feel like my body likes the nourishment. I know pretty good is it's a long shot, but in a sense it feels nourishing. My body tells me it's nourishing me. Let's see what happens with the bad fish oil. Okay, the smell is much stronger than the other one, but still, currently, I don't feel like the room filled with the smell. But yeah, it is pretty strong. But let's see how it tastes. Yeah, the taste doesn't feel exactly the same. I feel a tiny bit of spiciness, which to me tells me it's not fully oxidized, maybe only 50%. But I do feel a tiny bit of spiciness. Actually, I feel still the aftertaste. It's not really that spicy, but I feel like there is a leftover of the taste and it's not really that good. And with the fresh fish oil, I didn't feel this taste. And here I spit it out and I still feel the aftertaste. So maybe this is also a good indication. Maybe it's not only spiciness. What's the best way to buy fish oil? One option is knowing the company you're buying from. That's what I do. I buy from a company that I actually know the owner in person. So I know I receive a fresh batch. So in this case, I could afford to buy fish oil in capsules, and I immediately store it in the fridge upon receiving it. This company does not ship worldwide, and most people are not omega-3 freaks like myself, so you need to be sure how you buy in the safest way. You need a sure way to guarantee you receive a fresh omega-3. So this is what I would do. And before I tell you my recommended brand, let me state that I do not work with any supplement company, so I'm objective. Okay, so we want to avoid oxidation at all costs. We want to prevent oxygen in the air from interacting with the precious omega-3 supplement. There are three elements that are going to help us prevent this interaction. The one is glass. Oxygen cannot penetrate glass. The second is a metal cap. Oxygen cannot penetrate metals such as aluminum. And three is noble gas inside the container. Those gases do not interact with the fish oil and they prevent the oxygen from entering and interacting itself. So what we want to do is to buy from a company that sells liquid fish oil in a glass container with a metal cap with a noble gas inside that prevents oxidation. Carlson is such a company that makes these fish oils updated in 2022. Of course, you need to buy the liquid version and not the capsule version. In this situation, the fish oil is going to get fresh to your house, even if it's not stored in the fridge. It's fully protected against oxidation. However, from the moment you open the product, it will begin to oxidize. So if you buy this type of fish oil, here is what you need to do. First, keep it in the fridge. Cold reduces the speed of oxidation after opening the cap. However, after 3 weeks, usually there is a large amount of oxidation that is taking place in the fish oil. So this leads me to the second point, which is try to consume the product within 3 weeks. If you need, use the help of somebody who lives in the house with you, a house member. This way, both of you could finish the container within 3 weeks. And also buy the smaller container, not the larger container, to make sure that you finish it by 3 weeks. And Carlson has the lemon taste, which is, in my opinion, my wife's opinion, is really nice. It doesn't taste fishy at all. So if you're afraid of a fishy taste, don't worry, the lemon doesn't taste fishy at all. When is the best time to take omega-3? When is the best time to take fish oil? There are two aspects to this question: the timing of the day and whether you should take it on empty stomach or with food. First, timing. It doesn't really matter when you take it during the day, noon, afternoon, evening, morning. However, before you go to sleep is a really bad time to take omega-3. Why? The digestive system is weak at night, and this could lead to reduced absorption from the omega-3. It actually could potentially hurt your sleep quality, as I explain on the Complete Sleep Quality Guide on this channel. So anytime you want besides going to sleep. Now what about taking omega-3 relating to meals or taking on an empty stomach? Studies shows that if you take omega-3 supplement with food, especially food with fat, it increases dramatically the absorption. I think from my memory about 40%, maybe 30%. It's pretty significant, so only take it with meals. How much to take? The amount of omega-3 supplementation you should take is really personalized recommendation to you, to your body. And if you take a lot of omega-3, you may or may not need the addition of vitamin E. Vitamin E protects the omega-3 from becoming oxidized inside your body. So again, it's a personalized recommendation which I cannot do in this channel. I suggest finding someone who is an expert in this and could analyze your body and give you a specific advice to your situation, and also tell you if you need vitamin E or not. In a situation where you can't find a person to help you, you can always use the recommendation on the label on the product from the company. Let's talk about other omega-3 products on the markets because my customers always ask me about them. The first one is plant-based omega-3. What do you say about plant-based omega-3, such as omega-3 from chia seeds or flaxseed oil? Sometimes the supplement would just say plant-based omega-3. Okay, so as I referred, omega-3 from plants is not active. It has a different structure that your body needs to upgrade to make longer. After this upgrade, it becomes active omega-3, which means EPA and DHA. So it's quite a difficult process, and many people do not upgrade well the plant-based omega-3. It's a gamble. However, I'm very much pro getting fresh omega-3 from plants when you eat them. For example, eating chia, walnuts, and buy them fresh and keep them in the fridge, because those nuts and seeds are also susceptible to oxidation. So bottom line, eat plant-based omega-3, just don't build your entire omega-3 strategy on it. Next, what about algae source omega-3? Okay, so algae do have an active form of omega-3, but there are two problems. One, it's very low in EPA. And this type of omega-3, it reduces inflammation in the body. So that's not good, we need EPA. Two, the same issue we have with fish oil. There is a good chance it's oxidized. Are you willing to take this risk? I'm not willing to do that, unless I have no other options, and hopefully you do have. Enteric-coating omega-3 supplements. Enteric-coating fish oil supplement. You're smart and a healthy person who realizes that you need to take omega-3 supplement every day. And you might have heard that enteric-coating is a superior product. It has a lot of omega-3 and also it helps with burping. Is it so? Many enteric-coating products of omega-3 have a higher concentration of omega-3, which is the active ingredient. It seems good on the surface, yet it makes the product more sensitive to oxidation. The higher concentration of omega-3 in one capsule shortens the durability and the life shelf of the product, which means there is higher likelihood you're going to get an oxidized product. Also, one of the claims of enteric-coating fish oil is that it prevents burping, and indeed it does. However, you should know that fresh, unoxidized fish oil doesn't cause burping. So we saw transparency and we also saw smell and taste. Because it's an enclosed tablet, you can't use transparency, smell, or taste the tests. So when you buy enteric-coating fish oil, it's a very fishy situation. Here is another common question I get. When choosing an omega-3 supplement, what do you say about krill oil compared to fish oil? So I researched this subject thoroughly because there is a lot of marketing around krill oil. And I read the studies, and from my research, for most people, it's not really worth the money. You get about 10 times less omega-3 for the same amount of money. And yes, I know it's phospholipids form. And still, you have the quality issue, and I don't have a product I know and trust to recommend here. And definitely, again, it's going to be 10 times more expensive as well. The advantage of krill oil, I would say, is that if you buy high-quality krill oil, which I would say has at least 1 milligram of astaxanthin inside of it, then you can actually take it outside of the house when you travel because it won't get oxidized. Unlike fish oil, which has to stay in the fridge all the time. The moment you open it, it has to stay in the fridge. You cannot take it out with you. I must state that I'm not saying krill oil is a bad supplement. It's just not worth it for most people who know now how to buy, like yourself. And this krill oil, fish oil, is an example of how supplements are complicated. And I'm sure that you're taking other supplements and you want to make sure that you actually give your body what you think it gets. And you want to give it all the benefits from the supplementation, from the money and the discipline you put into taking those supplements. And you know that salespeople in the health food store are not really the best information source. So if you need me to do more videos like this on other vitamins or supplements that you take, please tell me in the comments. I'm going to take that into account making another video about another supplement. Let's do a summary of today's guide. 1. Fresh omega-3 supplementation is an important supplement despite the conflicting information out there. Your decision to take omega-3 supplement is sound. 2. Omega-3 acts in the body as a building material and a metabolic agent. When it's oxidized, it becomes a completely different molecule, a different fat, and it loses its function. In fact, its only function then becomes adding more calories to your diet and possibly causing inflammation. 3. The vast majority of fish oil supplements on the market are oxidized to some degree. 4. Unless you know for sure that your fish oil capsules are 100% fresh by the time it reaches your house, go and buy a liquid fish oil in a glass bottle and a metal cap from a company like Carlson. Put in the fridge and consume within 3 weeks, possibly with the help of another house member. 5. Plant-based omega-3 such as walnuts, chia, flax seeds is great and probably will increase your omega-3 in the diet, but don't build your entire omega-3 strategy around this, and make sure that you keep those foods in the fridge. 6. Ocean-caught fish such as sardines, anchovies, mackerel, and wild-caught salmon are great sources of omega-3. The rest of the fish are not to the same degree as in the past. And the last point is kudos to you. Well done. Continue to learn about supplements and how you can use metabolic research to enhance your health. It's definitely worth it. And now you can provide your body every day with a nutrient that builds your brain and nervous system. A nutrient that helps with your metabolism. A nutrient that helps your child succeed in school and life. A perfect supplement that is part of your healthy lifestyle strategy. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, I invite you to come to check out the rest of the Wellness Messiah and to subscribe to see more videos like this. Any such video requires a large effort of accurate research and to compile information from our 15 years of metabolic research. We would appreciate donation on Patreon to help with the cost of production of these videos, the link to which you can find in the description. You can support the channel with as little as $1 contribution. However, simply subscribing to our YouTube channel for free is also a large help.